Warriors get the win here on the road, 7 straight on the road against the Knicks. Big win, 110 to 99. Close game, kind of broke away a little bit a few times. It started off pretty rough for the Knicks. The Warriors had probably their best defensive performance of the entire season, cumulatively speaking. Surprising without Andrew Wiggins, who has another family leave. Hopefully everything's okay there. So Moses has been in his place in the starting lineup, and tonight he was incredible. The whole team defensively, like I said, their best cumulative effort defensively. Against a shorthanded Knicks team, let's call a spade a spade. No Julius Randle, no OG Anunoby, no Mitchell Robinson. Missing some pretty big players for them. Still have Jalen Brunson. Obviously, Dante DiVincenzo has been on an absolute tear the last month or so. They brought in Bojan Bogdanovic, one of the better, more underrated scorers in this league. He's coming off the bench, so they still have plenty of names. The team's still really solid over there in New York, and it feels like every game the Warriors play against the Knicks is super gritty, a lot of fouls, stoppages, a lot of roughness, which I like. I don't like games where I like watching the Pacers sometimes, but I'm not a big fan of just all offense, and that's it. If we win, we win. I like seeing teams being able to win in all types of scenarios and be able to hold their own in games like this that kind of are ugly. So the Warriors played very well on that front. Like I said, odd start, not very good for the Knicks. They started out scoreless. The Warriors pitched a shutout for about 6 minutes or so, six and a half minutes into the first quarter before the Knicks scored a basket. Early 14-point lead for the Warriors. It should have been a lot higher. In that time, the Warriors smoked quite a few open layups. They're still a little bit slow offensively at the moment. They've had a couple games in a row where it's been a little bit rough, missing a lot of shots that they typically make. Obviously the Knicks are still a very big time effort and energy team, really solid defensively. Obviously missing the players they're missing, their defense has kind of fallen, but they're still, again, a very high energy team and a high effort team. They're not going to make things easy for you. So the Warriors had to deal with that a little bit, and like I said, we're just missing shots that they would probably normally hit when they're rolling, right? So a little bit slow there. Big points of emphasis tonight, turnovers. Obviously, that's been the Warriors' number one issue for, let me check, always in this era. Super high turnover team. Obviously, they move the ball more than anybody. They play the most unique offense, just this whole motion. They run around, we all know. Tonight and the last few weeks, the turnovers, for the most part, have been down, which is good. The Warriors have gotten the turnovers a little bit under control, about as under control as the Warriors really can, right? And obviously Chris Paul coming back, he helps that a little bit more. But tonight, or last night, only 11 turnovers, which is huge. And not only did they only have 11 turnovers, the Knicks had more turnovers than the Warriors. So only a few times a season do you see the Warriors not only keep the turnovers down, but then have less turnovers than their opponents. So that's pretty big, but also goes to how solid the Warriors were defensively tonight. Last night, sorry, I keep saying tonight. The defense was just absolutely incredible. Draymond was going nuts. I mean, this was the first game where I think the Warriors actually played solid help defense for Draymond. That's been my biggest critique of going small is, okay, if you're going to do that, Draymond needs to still be Draymond, which means other guys need to make up when he leaves the paint. Just because Mitchell Robinson's out and Julius Randle's out, the Knicks still have size on you. They have Precious Achiuwa. They have Isaiah Hartenstein. They've got guys that can get downhill, get to the rim, make things happen there. And the Warriors have to be pretty perfect on that end. Make sure that they're taking their own matchups, not forcing Draymond to have to come out of the paint all the time and make up for mistakes. Making sure that Draymond can kind of be that rover and be able to maneuver around when he needs to, but also when he does leave the paint, make sure that you're picking up his man. And that was a huge thing tonight, especially from Jonathan Kuminga, who had, in my opinion, his best defensive performance of the entire season, along with finally bringing back the offense that had kind of slowed down the last few games for himself. Tonight, again, just absolutely incredible effort from Jonathan Kuminga. Getting downhill, really, really aggressive. And the Warriors were getting back to going to him. They weren't as much kind of letting him try to find it within the flow of the offense. I think they were really making a concerted effort to get Jonathan rolling on offense, and that really translated. He started scoring early, was really, really moving downhill, and it was pretty crucial because, again, the Warriors sort of struggled to score a little bit. They should have blown the roof off in Madison Square Garden, but shots just weren't falling. So a guy like Jonathan Kuminga, who can score in the weeds a little bit, you need him to have a night. Again, no Andrew Wiggins, so that's about 15 points, potentially more, that you're leaving off the board there. So needed a lot from Jonathan tonight, and he put up a big game. 25 points on 12 of 19 shooting. Only got to the line twice as well. That was another thing. The Warriors did not really do a good job at getting to the free throw line, but also they didn't make many free throws. They were 8 of 16. That's not good. But, I digress there. 8 rebounds for Jonathan, 5 of which were offensive. The Warriors did a great job. 16 offensive rebounds at just extending possessions, getting more opportunities. Again, a lot of them weren't really converted because the Warriors just kept missing shots. I mean, there were quite a few. 1, 2, 3, sometimes even 4 offensive rebounds in a row, but they just weren't cashing in. And then the Knicks get another stop. So a little bit rough there, but also for Jonathan, 2 assists, 2 steals, 2 blocks. He had a huge block on Jalen Brunson that kind of felt like a statement of a sit the fuck down kind of moment. He was just incredible. Plus 19 tonight. I thought Jonathan had his best defensive game, played 30 minutes, just did a great job. Everything the Warriors could have asked for. That's what we need from Jonathan. Again, this is what I talked about. These are the flashes. These are the games where you see he can be a problem down the road. He's got it in him, but he's got to do it consistently. The way he played last night, 25 points, maybe you don't need that, but give me 20 and play that level of defense, that concerted effort on the glass. I'm a happy camper, man. I'm a happy camper. Love the effort from Jonathan. Speaking of effort in the 2021 draft class, or 2022, whichever one he came from, I think it was 2022, Moses Moody. Moses probably had his best game of his career, and he didn't even play well offensively. I mean, scoring-wise. Obviously, Moses is kind of a corner shooter, doesn't really have a handle. He's sort of, I don't really know what to call him offensively, because I don't think he's bad, but I don't really think he's that good. He doesn't really have a bag, so to speak. But he's kind of one of those guys where anytime the team need desperate, okay, we got 5 seconds left on the shot clock, Moses just randomly gets into some sort of dribble combo and then jumps into a crazy ass 3 or super contested mid range and cashes it, or randomly dunks on someone and you just forget that Moses even has a vertical, but he also has long arms, so it helps. It's really weird. Moses is a weird player. But he didn't do too great offensively. 8 points, 3 of 9 from the field, 0 of 4 from 3, 2 of 4 from the line. However, Moses was unbelievable defensively. Just like with Jonathan, best game of the season defensively for Moses, and frankly, his best game of his career in that regard. I thought he was just spectacular. In crunch time as well. Again, he's stepping in for Andrew Wiggins. We know how Moses' career has gone, but also this season, he's liable to play a great game and then get DMP'd, super hot, taken out. There's no cohesion and consistency for Moses' minutes. So when he plays, to see him come out and give the energy and effort that he does, get on the glass, make plays, not take bad shots, play incredible defense, give the effort on taking on matchups defensively. I thought he was just unbelievable. He had a couple plays where he just, stocking stuffed a few guys, clamping them completely. I mean, it looked like watching Giannis out there just, you're not going anywhere, and then a block jump shot. So I thought Moses was unbelievable. Again, best game of the season for him, in my opinion, and best defensive game I've ever seen from him. And this is kind of the leap we're hoping to see from Moses. That was the big question is, okay, we know he can shoot. All right, we know he gives energy and we know he gives effort. Those 3 things are never in question. The big thing is can he defend? Because for Jonathan, for Moses Moody, the big thing is if you want these ultimate minutes, right, You have to prove that you can play better defense than Andrew Wiggins. Because honestly, that's the only reason that dude's still on the roster. I've said it before and I've said it again. I talked about it weeks ago. At the end of the season, if Andrew Wiggins is playing better defense than Jonathan or better defense than Moses, Andrew's going to get those minutes. That's just how it is. Obviously, the Warriors have been running out Andrew Wiggins and Kuminga in the same lineup, but ultimately, that guy is the one that's going to be getting those minutes because he plays more consistent defense and he's more trustworthy on defense. So to see Jonathan step up tonight and to see Moses step up tonight was pretty incredible. And it's something that, depending on how long Wiggins is out, last time it was months. We don't know what this thing is. Obviously, last time his dad was in the hospital, so I hope that that's not the case again. Also, side note, a little tangent. I don't want to see Warriors fans start just all of a sudden claiming that his wife is sleeping with other people. That shit was just disgusting to see Warriors fans do. I could not believe to see that stuff. That was unbelievable. Don't do that, all right? He's keeping it private for a reason. Don't just start to assume and make shit up because you want chaos. That's so fucked up. I don't like that. Don't do that. Don't retweet that shit. I know Warriors fans want that kind of drama. They don't want Wiggins playing and they want to see shit don't do it. That's not cool. That's not cool. Ending that. Andrew is going to be back eventually, hopefully. And if he's playing defense the way he's played in these last couple weeks, and if he's giving you that same, 12 to 20 points in that range, Jonathan's got a lot to do then, and Moses has a lot to do, especially again with Chris Paul back. Minutes are not going to be there that much, and for some reason, Dario's still getting play, Kevon's still getting play, and with that being said, you got to earn it, man. You got to really prove to Steve that you can hang on the floor and outwork those vets. Because I don't know. I still believe that Trace should there should be no question that Trace is a better player than Kevon Looney in 2024, and that he's a better fit for the Warriors than Kevon Looney and Dario Saric in 2024. But he's still barely getting minutes. No matter what he does, he's barely getting minutes. So Moses, keep on proving it. Continue to play that defense. Jonathan, continue to play that defense, and good things will continue to happen for the both of them. Last but not least, I talked about in the last video for the Warriors, Steph. Obviously, Steph has been in kind of a slump. Not really doing too hot offensively in the last few games. Tonight, or last night, again, I keep doing that. Last night wasn't really too different. He had 31 points. Made 8 threes, but he was still 11 of 26 from the field, 8 of 18 from 3. Obviously, Steph gets no calls, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. And he only had 3 turnovers, but the 3 were pretty egregious. They were not good. They were just dumb Steph plays that he always has. He always does this, just a couple bonehead moments. But big thing, 11 rebounds. Double-double for Steph. He had 10 or 11. I think he had all 11, actually, in the first half, which was pretty nuts. He had 10 boards before 5-minute mark in the second quarter. It was pretty crazy. He got rolling though, Steph was making threes early and he was making threes late, and that's what matters. I thought Steph, this is, if you're gonna play like that, and he played solid defense. He got a couple of crunch time stops on Jalen Brunson too. That was huge, I've talked about it many times. Steph is not someone that's going to back down defensively. He goes at guys. He lets them be he's willing to take on matchups. He's not someone that's going to say, no, you go. I want to go to the corner. Steph will take on these point guards and he will take on these big shooting guards and actually give his all and try to play good defense. So it's up to guys like Kuminga, like Wiggins, like Draymond to say, no, you go to the corner. We got this. But when they don't, to see Steph end up with a stop there, that's pretty huge, man. That's pretty huge because Jalen Brunson's been one of the best offensive players in the league this season and honestly the last couple seasons. So to see him getting crunch time stops, that's huge. Love to see that. And yeah, big win for the Warriors tonight at 4:30 PST. They play Toronto back-to-back. Everyone's supposed to be playing. I haven't seen anything that indicates otherwise. So Should be a full go for Steph, Clay, and Draymond tonight, as well as Chris Paul and all the guys. The Raptors have played some solid basketball. Obviously, Dominic and I recently talked about Grady Dick. That video I'll drop soon. The Raptors in general have just been playing some solid basketball. RJ Barrett's getting accustomed to things. Bruce Brown's there now, obviously. Emmanuel Quickly's playing well. They've got a solid squad still. You know, they're not a bad team by any stretch. Scotty Barnes is obviously having a career year. So that's going to be a tough one. They're a big team. They're physical. And anytime the Warriors play the Raptors, whether it's Nick Nurse or it's not, the Raptors give them problems. And the last time the Warriors faced the Raptors, they absolutely blew the Warriors out of Chase Center. I mean, they kicked the shit out of the Warriors. So this could be a bit of a revenge game, man. This could be a bit of a revenge game. So I hope to see that. And with that being said, tomorrow I'm going to be uploading another podcast clip, probably about the new shooting, the new offense, the offensive critiques that the league has and wanting to get rid of the corner three. Dominic and I talked about that as well, so I'll be uploading that because people are starting to really mention that a lot on Twitter and Instagram and whatnot. So you guys will get that video. And then Sunday, the Warriors play the Celtics. That'll be coming as well. And yeah, with that being said, if you like the video, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts below. Happy with the Warriors play. Knicks fans, if you're there, let me know what you're thinking. You guys are going to be fine. You just got to get healthy. I like the team. I don't like Thibodeau, but I like the team. Brunson's obviously a stud. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. And with that being said, have a good rest of your week, a good weekend, and peace.